We have been craving for more accurate taxiways ever since the beginning of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and finally, we'll have it. Let's check this out. Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are checking out an upcoming plugin today. It's called Real Taxiways in the USA, and that's exactly what it does. So I figured, why not go through a very busy airport and check out how the taxiways look like with this add-on. So we are currently in Charlotte, Kilo Charlie Lima Tango, right over here on the southeastern side of the airport, and I wanted to go through the different taxiway signs, a little bit of a tour around the airport, and see if we can navigate ourselves and see if the taxiways are accurate to the letters and if we can read them at all, even from this vantage point from the CRJ. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. I have the plane set up already. Just need to release the parking brake and off we go. And as we walk, I'll talk you through the different updates, the different things that this mod does. So first and foremost, it modifies more than 1,000 airports in the USA. Changes the taxiways. You can see how big those taxiway signs are. You can see it clearly from here. Don't even need to zoom in. We need to get on Charlie, so that's this one on the left. You see, we also have this, what do you call this? This boundary. Let me see. I actually have a cheat sheet here. I'll try and link it. I'll show you. This guy from the FAA. Yeah. Quick reference guide for the airport signs and markings. What we're seeing here is the non-movement area boundary. This is something that's exactly accurate right there. Beautiful. Okay, we see all the hold short lines in there, the markings on which runways we are getting into at that point. So that looks good so far. So this plugin, Real Taxiways, I think will be releasing a week from now. So do take note, everything that we're seeing here is still a preview. This is not final and might still change. But more or less, I would say it looks good so far from what I've seen. But let's continue. Let's continue touring around the airport. So Charlie is where I want to go. And we'll go and check out the different signs that we'll see. What it does, as I mentioned, is it modifies over 1,000 airports in the US and improves the taxiway signs so that they are more reflective, more accurate with how they look in real life. There are several shots in the Just Flight website for these taxiways. Let me show you again. That's this one right here. Yeah, more descriptive information for each of what they do, comparing the default versus the one from the sim. But I want to see that right in the sim itself, so we get a better picture of how things are looking like, and if they really are big enough so that we can see it and that they make sense. Now, as you might have seen there, this is going to be $39.99 USD, and you can purchase it from the Just Flight website. And huge thanks to Just Flight for providing a copy for me so I can check it out in advance and show you guys. Because I've really been looking forward to this. I can't remember who in our Discord showed me this one. But yes, I was, the moment I saw it, I was like, sold. Give me that one. Because I've been craving for better looking and more accurate taxiways since the beginning of the sim. You guys remember that problem initially? Where the taxiways, the letters don't even align. And we still have those. In some of the airports, that's been fixed already. The bigger airports, it's been fixed. But in some, Actually, in many, those are still not accurate. You always have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, even though they are nothing like how the taxiways are in real life. And thankfully, with this mod, you actually have that set now, and that is more or less accurate from what I've seen. Now, you might have a question. Yes, over 1,000 airports, but which ones exactly? Where there are class Bravo, Charlie, and Delta airports, even non-towered airports, right, that are included, and exactly which ones those are, let me show you here. 1 second. And how fast are we going? I guess we're blowing past here now. What's our ground speed? 15, not a problem. Not a problem. Slow down a bit here. So I'll show you the list of airports that are included. So that is this one. Oh, that's a different one. This is for the, because there are two versions. There's the military airports, so that's this list right here, and there's the civilian airports. So Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. And I'll scroll through these quickly, but you can always pause the video so you get a complete list. As you can see, humongous list of airports that have been handcrafted, you could say. Yes, for the taxiway accuracy. So those are two separate plugins. There is the, let me show you this one, right? The Class Bravo, Charlie, and Delta in non-towered airports, that's the $39.99. And if you're a fan of flying military planes as well, landing in military bases, there's a separate $20 one for that, for the military airfields specifically. So those are two separate mods there. But they have more or less the same concept behind them, which is making the taxiways more accurate, the letters more accurate, more readable, and more realistic. So much so that I'm using the FAA cheat sheet, quick reference guide to navigate around the airport. One thing I liked here, to show you this one. Yeah, the Romeo taxiway is showing its diagonal to the left and to the right, which makes a lot of sense, because if I show you the chart right there, Romeo is that one exactly, right? It's the kind of like crossing on a diagonal angle, and it shows exactly on the diagram like here. It's quite nice actually, I like it. Just if you are a fan of flying airliners, even a GA actually, because as you saw, there was a huge list of airports that's included. Might actually be worth checking this out. Let's go through here via Alpha. I hope I'm on Alpha. I hope I got this right. I should be. Let's go and look for a sign. Okay, there's one coming up. Let's see, even without zooming in, can we see it? It's coming up, can you see? There. Yeah, it looks like we are on Alpha. Oh, yeah. Looks pretty accurate. To the left should be Alpha 6 here. It is. That taxiway going to the left. Look how readable that is. You know my only wish for this plugin? I wish it was available outside the US. In Europe. In Europe and in Asia as well. And actually everywhere in the world. But maybe if this is successful, then maybe Just Flight can also continue on making stuff for other regions. Maybe this is the initial phase. And yes, I can imagine some people, that because that was our main how do you say, consideration. Like for sure, taxiways, more accurate taxiways, definitely a plus, definitely something we want. But $40, almost 40 USD, right? Is it worth it? Well, if you think about it, it makes 1,000 airports, or over 1,000 airports, functionally working with accurate taxiways. So it's kind of, if you think about when you buy an airport scenery plugin, a payware airport, right? How much is it? Around $20 more or less, depending on the airport. What does it do? It makes things more accurate, makes things more realistic, right? With the actual layout, with the actual taxiways and the buildings. And you get like $20 one airport, and it's super accurate. Here, you don't get the custom buildings, but you actually get all the necessary stuff, the essential stuff for navigating around the airport. So you don't get the custom buildings, but all the taxiways and the signs, you get it to a point where it is almost as accurate as in real life. Look at that sign there, going to echo both directions of that. There's even this one. Let's have a look what this one is. Let's see. In my cheat sheet, this one is saying, is it this one? ILS critical area. 1 second. It does seem like it, right? ILS critical area. POFC boundary denotes entrance to area to be protected for an ILS signal or approach airspace. Very nice. Because that is, are we close to a runway now? Yes, we are. We are pretty close to a runway. Right there is runway 5. So this plugin adds those markings, the ones with that have the black kind of background on the ground, the runway signs, and also the taxiway markings themselves. Those are what it changes. So yeah, as I was mentioning, you pay like 20 USD for a full-blown airport scenery with custom buildings, custom taxiways made as accurate as possible. But that's only one airport. And oftentimes, people would say it's worth it, especially if you travel there often. Here, you don't get the custom buildings, but you get the custom taxiway signs and the accurate markings, like so. And you get that for 1,000 airports in the US, and it's $40. So, is it worth it? Well, you decide. But just saying, that's where the price is coming from. That sign is interesting. That's also the ILS critical area, but on the taxiway sign and not on the ground, I think. Yeah, based on the cheat sheet I'm looking at. Yeah, these signs, it's the first time I'm seeing them in the sim for sure. So much so that I had to pull up that quick reference guide because I'm not familiar with all these signs. Love it though. 3618. Yeah, there's even the hold short line there. And if you're coming from the opposite side, there's even a no entry in here. That is very nice. And I love that you can see them from an actual airliner point of view. Wow. And yes, initially I remember, I think was having a discussion with Espen about this. Initially, they were only including Class Charlie and Delta airports, I believe. But Espen and others, I think, started requesting, why not include the Class Bravo ones? And that's why we have them. That's why we have them here now. So they listened to feedback. They included the Class Bravo airports because, yes, chances are, if you're flying an airliner, then you're most likely going to one of these Class Bravo airports whenever you're flying. Like, for example, our virtual airline, our on-air virtual airline, Clumsy Airlines. We have FBOs in the major Class Bravo airports. And so I think I will enjoy using that here. Let's maybe get on the runway and then let's just taxi. Whoa. And let's just taxi to the end or somewhere. And then I'll 1 second, turn on the strobes. Landing lights will be off because we'll not be taking off, we'll just be taxiing. But we are entering the runway. Let's look left and look right. Clear so far. Right. Let's go through here. Very nice. So yes, even the Class Bravo airports are included now. So just refer to the PDF file that I shared a while ago. You can pause along that video to see the complete list and see if your favorite airport is included. Chances are, if it's in the US, then it most likely is. What is that? Looks like a runway distance remaining info for takeoff and landing. Oh, that's nice. That would be 8. What is that in Oh, that's in 1,000 feet increments. So you have 8,000 feet remaining at that point. Very nice. That's definitely not in the default one as well. Yeah, I see that in both sides. So you have this in the bigger airports. I think there are some specific signs as well, like signs going to the FBO, signs for the run-up area, things like that for more of the smaller GA airports, which might be perfect. Very nice. I am liking this. But you guys let me know if you are interested in this mod or if you're give it a pass. Yeah, the $40 was what hindered a lot of the folks in the discussions we were having. But yeah, $40 for an entire experience like this, not a bad deal for me. But it always depends on you in the end. So let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in getting. If not, if yes, why or why not? And we'll see. Okay, let's exit through here. You know what? Let's go past the runway because I'm seeing an interesting area. And let's see if that's reflected in here. One more question might be, is it compatible with third-party plugins? Like if, for example, you have an airport scenery already, but maybe the taxiways are not as good. So could you kind of combine them? There is a question about that. There is a manual, as I showed you. There's a full-blown manual about it, and I think that was covered at the whole short line over here, right? And this is Sierra now. It is accurate, yes. To the right should be Victor. We should have a sign here saying that to the right is Victor, but I'm not seeing anything. Maybe this one was missed, I'm not sure. That should be Victor. Yeah, indeed, Victor. Very cool. This is nice, just taxiing, touring the airport. Haven't done this in a while. So yeah, the third-party sceneries I think should work. Worst case, if there's really a conflict, you can remove certain taxiways for the airport. Like for example, you found that there is a conflict with your favorite airport scenery. You can remove the plugin, this Real Taxiway plugin for that specific airport in case conflicts arise. But I tested a while ago. I loaded up in Atlanta, right? Kilo Alpha Tango Lima. And Atlanta, I believe, has some custom default scenery included, right? I think it came with, what did it come with? Either the Premium Deluxe or one of the, or in the US World Update, one of those. So it's kind of custom made. But I saw that the taxiway signs have still been improved in that airport. So you get the realistic custom buildings from the plugin, the specific airport plugin, and then you get a nice taxiway sign and markings from this mod. Also, I think part of this mod is improving those taxiway lights, those blue lights that are jutting out. You know how sometimes you have those jutting things in the middle of the taxiway, and sometimes you have like windsocks or whatnot in the middle of the taxiway. I think those have been improved as well. So overall, the diagram, the layout of the airports have been made more accurate and less cluttered, which is quite nice. I like that. Now here should be a bridge, but yeah, what this mod does not do is it does not add custom buildings or custom objects. So it makes everything, all the essential things there for flying through and navigating, taxiing around an airport. But it does not add custom buildings. Like over here should be a bridge based on the airport diagram. I don't see a bridge. I guess that should be this one. Because Charlotte, I believe, is a default airport. A default class Bravo airport. No custom scenery in here aside from the Real Taxiway signs that we're seeing. Whiskey 4, that's 36 left right there. That's cool. All good. Very nice. There's the distance remaining, 2,000 feet. And yeah, because we're getting close to the end of the runway there. Alright. And we have some live traffic there landing in this runway, looks like. We'll see. But this should be Whiskey. Can we read that from here? It's a bit small still, but it should be readable soon. Yeah, that's Whiskey, and Whiskey 3 is to the right. And you can always zoom in, right? I mean, but even if you don't, that's the perfect size. I read from the website that there are options on making the sizes bigger. I haven't seen that option yet. I haven't seen it referenced in the manual, but maybe I just missed it. But for me personally, I don't think I need it any bigger than this. Any bigger and it might look too oversized already. I think this is just the right size. Oh, look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, cool. They actually detected Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1, 36 left. Beautiful. Yeah, and yes, because it's a US airport, if the runway is single digit, it doesn't have the 0 beforehand, like 08. Instead of 08, it's runway 8 only. So this one, I think, is part of the mod as well. The road taxiway markings with the black background. That is part of it, and also the runway signs itself, right? But yes, that is a quick preview. I'll definitely be flying more with these. Oh, let's just have a look and wait for that guy to land, and we'll end the video here. Just babbled about and gave you a quick peek on what you can expect from this mod. So it will be released in a week or so from what I've been told. There it is. Nice landing. So, alright. Catch you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think, alright? Clumsy flying, have a nice day, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.